Hello everyone. I wanted to talk a little bit about evaluation and management codes just because they can be a bit challenging. This is something I'm going to post for you, but this is your level of service, and you have to remember that there are several key components, and then there are contributory components, and the key components are your history, your physical exam, and your medical decision making. And there are 4 types of each one of these. And that has to play into how you choose your code. And we're going to do some examples here in just a little bit. But most of the time, your history is going to be problem-focused, expanded, problem-focused, detailed, or comprehensive. And they're each based on these 4 items. What was the chief complaint is on every single one of these. And then you must also have what is the chronological description of the present illness, kind of a review of systems. We're looking at signs and symptoms there, and then your history. So what type of information do they have on past family and social history? The physical exam is also 4, the exact same 4 as above, but they talk about how many elements of each system are identified. And then you have medical decision making, and there are 4 types of that: straightforward, complexity, moderate complexity, and high complexity. Now, most of the time the physician's going to give you this information on these, but there may be a few times where you're going to have to grab the guidelines and actually make a determination on whether the physician was correct, or if they didn't assign it, to go ahead and sign what level it is. There are some contributory elements also, so we're talking about counseling, coordination of care, and nature of presenting problems. With all of these, the variable component is time. So let's take a little bit of time to practice here. I would like for you to take a look at your case studies for Chapter 3. And we're going to do the first 2 or 3 of them and see if that will help you. So, for case study number 1, okay, here's your first case study. Mrs. Edison is having trouble eating some of the foods the nutritionist had set up on her diabetic diet menu. She talked with her doctor, who in turn called the nutritionist overseeing her diet. Doctor and the nutritionist were on the phone, had a lengthy phone conversation, and decided to integrate a new menu that both of them felt would be more beneficial to Mrs. Edison and for the management of her diabetes. The doctor then called the patient to discuss diet changes and decided to bill for the telephone call with the patient. Now, for this particular one, what's important to know is this was a phone conversation. So this is a phone billing. It was an adjustment in her counseling there, and it was for 24 minutes. So for this particular one, the easiest thing to do would go to look in the index and look at telephone. Under telephone, you'll find evaluation and management, and underneath evaluation and management, you would see physician. Now, it's going to give you a range of codes of 99441 to 99443, and it's based on time. This one says it was 24 minutes, so that would make this code 99443. Case number 2 is Daisy, a 10-year-old girl who was very sick when she presented for an office visit at her pediatrician's office. She had a high fever, very lethargic, swollen glands, signs of dehydration because of the vomiting she did the previous night. Doctor decided after a comprehensive history and physical that Daisy needed to be admitted to the hospital for a lab workup, rehydration, antibiotics, and monitoring. Daisy's pediatrician stopped in the hospital that evening to evaluate her condition and check on the lab results. Medical decision-making was high complexity. All right, for this case, what you need to understand, and it's very important in here, is, okay, she was admitted to the hospital. She had a lot of stuff going on with her. She had a comprehensive history, a comprehensive physical, and medical decision-making was high complexity. The easiest way to do this one would be to go to the evaluation and management tables, and you can find those right before the evaluation and management section in your coding manual. Look along these tables and find the one that says initial hospital care. In my book, it is on the very first page of the tables, the bottom half, the second one. And it says new or established, so we don't need to worry about that because that can be very important. You need to know that information. So this states that she had a comprehensive physical exam. So if we go down to history and exam and we see comprehensive, it can be either 99222 or 99223. It's got X's in both those sections. The medical decision making was high, so that puts it in that last column of 99223. So since we had the history and exam in that code and we have medical decision making in that code, that is your code, 99223. Alright, so we're going to look at this third case. Colin was having great difficulty living alone since his recent fall down the back steps of his house. His family decided that he should move to a skilled nursing facility, which he finally agreed to do. Physician at the skilled nursing facility did a comprehensive exam and physical. Medical decision making was moderate, and there was a very detailed plan of care implemented that will work on building his strength and reteaching him how to get around in a safer manner. So this would be the same thing. I would go look at the evaluation and management tables. Let's go look for one for skilled nursing. And in my book, it is on the second page of the tables, the bottom half, right in the middle. It says initial nursing facility care. So let's take a look at that one. And this says he had a, let's see, comprehensive physical and exam. So that puts us in the 99305 and the 99306 categories there. Look down to medical decision making, and it was moderate complexity, so that put that in the 99305. So since we have both of those fitting into that column, that's what your code is, 99305. The thing to remember when using these evaluation and management tables is they both have to be the same or less. You can't go higher on one of them, a higher code, if it doesn't meet it on both. So it can be the same code for both of them, or it can be one can be lower than the other, but they can't be higher. All right, I hope that helps in trying to figure out how to do this evaluation and management codes. Contact me with any questions, and we'll see if we can't get you straightened out. And please try to join in on the tutoring session. Maybe that'll help also.